I come to you with gratitude today. I just greet you with gratitude. You know, a year ago, I stood on this stage and I asked that you trust me, and I decided to trust you. And together, we launched this book and in essence launched a whole new way of talking about our challenges with race in this nation. And like no other group, you guys have supported me in ways that I could never thank you enough for. Many of you have gone out of your way to put me in front of your corporations and the industry groups you might belong to. You've written me notes, you've shared the ideas that you've been doing, and I'm just forever grateful. So I just want to spend a little time telling you what I've learned, and I had to boil it down, and I'll go through it relatively quickly, but here's what I've learned over the year. Number one, my friends have an interest in this challenge. They appreciate the tone of the book. They appreciate the non-judgmental approach that I've had. They want to do something about it. They're truly interested. But their interest is unrooted, and therefore it's tenuous. See, we've had this soundtrack, this narrative in our minds for decades. I've had it in mine, and I'm sure you've had it in yours around race. And then we go back to our silos and the places that we live and the people that we know, and we lose connection with a new perspective that we just found. And it's easy for us to start questioning what we thought we just learned anew again. So what it means is it's going to take more than one book, more than one conversation. We've got to figure out a way to continue down this road and dialogue and find ways to work together. And number three, my friends want to see this fixed. Now that sounds great that they want to see it fixed, but quite honestly what I've learned is they want to see it fixed right now. And the truth is it's going to take us many, many years, maybe generations, to close the gap in races that we took 400 years to create. We've got to be willing to stay at it long enough and to try and fail and try again and to stay connected. While we're living in a narrative where, or living in a time where there are people who prosper by dividing us than bringing us together. These are the three things that I've learned. And what it leads me to is what's next. Well, I have recommitted myself to this work another year. And you might wonder what does that mean? You wrote a book, you thought you should have been committed in the first place. The truth is I had no idea what I was doing when I wrote that book. But what I found is I'm spending 30–40% of my time talking about this topic. I've recommitted myself to do it again because of all of you and the response that I've gotten and the progress that I've seen. I need your continued support. I need you to be with me personally. I get your notes and your emails, all of them encouraging, and they amazingly show up just at the right time when I'm super tired. I'm tired of the topic. I really want to talk about something else. I'll get a note from one of you that says, here's what I'm doing in my city. Hey, I saw this. I thought you might be interested. Hey, this group said they saw you and it was wonderful, and that encouraged me to move on. I'd like to ask you to continue to read, not just my book, but others' information. Keep yourself abreast. Build your awareness. Share my book with others. Put me in front of the right groups. I'm willing to travel and do this thing. Help me spread the word. I like to say we're trying to infect the nation with a new way to talk about race. And our infection rate is being measured by book sales. And I think of any of you that know books, you know you don't make money on books. What you try to do is not lose your shirt. So we're not doing it for money. We're doing it to make an impact and to change the narrative that we face. And the last thing I'll ask is that we got to keep affecting our own spheres. Our spheres of influence, our spheres of control. We have a unique superpower because we own companies. We own companies that we can drive in particular directions, things we can do that no one else can do, and we've got to continue to do that, because if you do a little bit in your area, and then you do a little bit in yours, and you do a little bit in yours, our spheres will start touching and we'll feel a momentum that we've never felt before, closing the gap on race. I'll leave you with what I left you with the last time. We, as people, purpose-driven, people-first organizations, are being called on by our nation to model a way of being that is aspirational for the promise of our nation. Life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness for everyone. I hope we answer that call. Thank you very much.